I think this is the weakest single they've ever released.
Hej, välkommen till Svenska Metal Reviewcast. And today we're going to be reviewing By the Sound by Caskets. And again, it's been a couple months since we've uploaded because we're just busy, but it is what it is.
What was that? Was that Swedish?
Yeah.
Very good.
It was good.
It was good.
It was good.
It was better than when you try and be Yardy, to be honest. That actually sounded more natural.
That's because this is white side, isn't it? He aligns better to Swedish than he does Caribbean.
Yeah.
Too much from a white boy.
So I've normally been on top of pretty much all the Casket stuff recently, but as Leon alluded to, we've been very busy, and I actually seen this and I've literally not had the chance to listen to it. So this is going to be a first for a while where I haven't listened to the song over and over. And I'm going to see it for the first time as well, so I'm quite intrigued. I've seen all the shit popping off online about it and people loving it, but I try not to let that taint my view, so we can give a constructive critique of everything that we listen to and see.
I mean, at this point, they could literally shit on the floor and everyone would love it. So,
Yeah.
not to discredit, because, we do love Caskets. That's why, we asked them if we could use one of their songs as the intro.
Yeah, we love them. They're
so,
awesome.
But there's just a few people that,
Not on your left after.
Hang on 1 second.
And it begins.
It's in the oven. I just haven't had a chance to carve it.
It wouldn't be
you want
Metal
to take some
Reviewcast, would
Metal
it?
Reviewcast coming out, yeah.
I didn't say it takes them to work.
It's
I
like
just said for
drinking.
other sandwiches and stuff. But you can't. There's plenty to carve.
What's that you're drinking, Sean? It looks like whiskey.
Oh, it
I'm
is.
I'm not precious about it.
Old-fashioned.
Get whatever you
Oh,
want.
great.
Nice.
Oh, grey old-fashioned, actually.
I'm mad. I thought it was
Mouldy.
whiskey, me.
Yeah. Well, it's the glass, isn't it? It's the nice...
Yeah.
You got your you got your Angostura bitters and everything.
No, this is a pre-made Earl Grey old-fashioned from Aldi.
Aldi.
They had Christmas
I didn't even
drinks.
know that existed.
That sounds sick. I need to try that.
Is it really good?
It's actually really good. Like, it's a little bit sweet for what I'd like an old-fashioned, but as far as the taste goes, it's banging, and you don't really get the Earl Grey until after.
No.
Welcome to Metal Reviewcast, if you know.
Nice.
Yeah, so we talked about carving up beef for a sandwich for my wife to take to work, and now fucking old-fashioned as well.
But yeah, the Earl Grey kicks in, like, when you, like, you just kind of leave it there, and then the air, like, gets into your mouth. All of a sudden, you get the, like, Earl Grey hit. It's like having, like, a nice beer, where you get all the hints and stuff, like, later on. So.
Oh, man, I missed it. I'll have to check it out tomorrow, see if they've still got any.
Yeah, this was the last one they had, but they had a few leftovers from Christmas, so... Yeah, By the Sound. Number 2. I think that's what the name of the album is.
Or By the Sound?
Yeah, well, it might just be Amazon Music, because when I was listening to it earlier, it had put Guiding Light and this into an album, and I think it said... Did it say... I'm going to go check. Have a quick look. Oh yeah, there might be By the Sound because it does seem to have listed both in there. So
Nice.
Cool.
I mean, I've listened to it a bunch today, but yeah, I haven't. Also, not really been keeping up with stuff. So, but we always have to jump on for Caskets, or there's a few other bands as well that we love to jump on for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Broke into somebody's wedding venue. Oh, you're getting married. Okay.
I've come today to set this straight, so hear what I've to say. A few moments of your precious time, you'll never hear from me again. No, I won't go, you've had your say, it's only your regret. You blame me for
Oh, I was going to pause.
Yeah.
Right.
Drop it back a little bit.
This is a groupie's dream. I'm sorry. Right. Let's face it. If they didn't have enough fans and the female perspective as it is, they're all going to fall in love with this one. They're literally going to take over.
He usually stood there just shouting into her ear, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
On a wedding day. That's not very polite.
But, you know, as pop rock goes, this is up there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Funny.
It's really, really catchy. It's lovely. It's talking about brilliant things that people like to hear. Yeah.
There's something it reminds me of. I can't quite pinpoint it. I've got like You Me at 6 in my head, but I don't know if that's what I'm thinking of.
I could kind of get that, actually. Although the opposite, and I haven't listened fully to the words, but like You Me at 6 is probably like I get that kind of style, but the lyrical content of You Me at 6 is really like me, you fucking dump me, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
To be fair, this is what these lyrics are about as well. He's saying that she's blaming him, or like, you blame me for what I've become. It's time you heard me out. Like, I won't go. So it's actually pretty much the same from a lyrical like content style.
There you go.
It's very depressing and like,
Yeah,
obviously,
it's just with the way the chorus is done in this one.
yeah.
It just reminded me of that kind of thing.
It definitely feels it honestly feels like the lightest song. Well, maybe obviously some of the non singles, because you've got like Hopes and Dreams and stuff, but it feels like the lightest song they've done to date for a single.
Yeah, I think that. I think there's definitely a crossover, which, as I said, I think the listening public is going to allow for more of an absorption of people to listen to it and enjoy it, other than the rock scene. I think this is definitely radio tackle, isn't it? Like, yeah. Like, and I'm not saying that they've changed their direction. I think they've always been like that.
They're not particularly heavy, so
no. But that's why so many people love them, and why they're getting 1.6 monthly listeners on Spotify. In it, like let's face it. But I would say that if there was one song that was going to be radio forward that I've heard from them, is this one already. Yeah. I can imagine this on Heart, on BBC One, on whatever.
Capital, yeah.
Capital, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it does feel, it still sounds like them as per. Like they have a formula and they very much stick to it, but it is, it's definitely different in its own right.
Yeah. That frame that you forced it on, as Leo said, he's proper screaming in her ear. She's like, fuck off.
She's like, no, I won't go.
Just the scene, yeah.
Yeah. It was good.
No, I like the visuals in this as well, actually. This one's Ollie.
Is it?
Yeah, Ollie did this one.
Ollie Duncanson.
Oh boy, Ollie.
Just rewind it a little bit, because that little wavy bit before he comes back into the verse was really sexy.
James is so good. A little feel.
Subtle touches.
Right, I just want to say, I mentioned it earlier. I love the changes in octaves that he does and making it match so well. How we can just switch between them. But they've also like with this bit, they've also slowed it down on the guitar. They've like cut so much out and just started just like maybe fingering the guitar or something, which is really
I think if you listen back to the Casket songs, it's just part and parcel of their style and their brand. They do like a nice little intro, and then like a powerful verse, then an amazingly catchy chorus, then another nice little verse that interludes into
sad
kind
slowness,
of a sad funky break.
Yeah,
you know, where it
building into like one big boom.
Yeah, like the last song that they did, I was just slightly gutted because the breakdown didn't last as long as it should have done. I felt it should have done. I still, every time that song comes on, I still get pissed at that because I was just like, dear, that did it, mate. But yeah, it's great.
I'm not saying it's different for them. I just love the way that they do it and the way that they've done it in this as well.
Yeah, I think this bit is amazing. The slowed down portion with Matt's vocals and stuff. This bit is stunning. It's probably actually my favourite portion of the song, which is quite interesting for them because you say there's usually like a big boom and some other funky bits and stuff. But I actually really like how they slowed this down and just did this portion of the song. Obviously, it lasts probably like 20-30 seconds, but it's really nice.
But interesting you said actually, because I think of late with Caskets, because we're so on top of what they're doing. I think we've come to expect all this great stuff in the verses and the choruses. It's just there. It's the de facto, right? But I'm always looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with the breakdown. Because the breakdowns are different on each song, but they still follow the same method. But it's like, what are they going to do with this bit now?
Yeah, I think
that's what it is.
Yeah. I also really like that bit, like just a little bit before this breakdown came in. I don't think I've ever heard it before, where they actually had sub bass alternating with the kicks. There were like 6 kicks and they just alternated sub bass at the same time as it.
I didn't hear that. But that wasn't
I've gone back about 20 seconds, so you might be able to catch it. Let me do another
you should
10.
You should feel it. It's like quite heavy sub bass along with the kicks. It's really cool.
I hope you're not wrong. No, because
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. Oh, the snare.
Yeah, but they did have sub with the snare.
Yeah.
Just another memory. When you wake up, don't waste your heart and mourning me. When you wake up, we're just another memory. By the side
nice.
of your beating heart.
Classic Caskets.
It honestly sounds like it's from another song that they've done. They've just copy and pasted it.
I love how preppy James looks, man. He looks like he's just come out of college. That's nice. Heart-shaped box. Clockwork heart-shaped box. I did like that where like they faded between the people and then she disappeared.
Yeah, that was really nice good. Touch. The old Ollie, we always like. That was really well done to create their vision of that.
Yeah, I mean, I like the song, but I'm a fucking heavy motherfucker. and Caskets plays on the line with me between heavy and light.
Yeah.
And it's I can't disrespect the song. It's absolutely brilliant, but it's just a little too light for my liking. But I can absolutely see where this fits, and what they've done they've executed what they wanted to execute perfectly.
I think it comes across well. Yeah, really nice visually. I think lyrically, yeah, as per like the lyrics are, you know, when you look like kind of read them and stuff like that, it is typical of Caskets, like pulling on the heartstrings in a different way. And obviously the end is amazing. I think that last portion that Ollie's created is actually fucking stunning as well. But I really don't care for this song. I've listened to it 13 times now, and I can't get into it. I cannot get into it. And I think you're right. It might just be just a little bit too light for us. And again, this is my personal opinion. Like, I mean, come at us. I was going to say don't come at us. I can come at us. I don't really care. But, like, I cannot get into this song. I listened to it over. That's why I kept listening to it. Not because I was in love with it, because I couldn't. You know, when sometimes you're like, all right, if I keep listening,
it could be a grower, or you might find out what it is that is turning you off from it.
I cannot get into this song. I don't think it's that great. And this is, again, my personal opinion. I don't think it should be a single. I don't think it's strong enough. In the way that Caskets, when you remember the last lot that they did, every individual song was a bit different to the last. Like Lost in Echoes came out as the second one, I believe, which had more of the 80s vibe, a bit more synthy. And, you know, that was different to like the only ones that came in again, but the only ones was probably closer to like Glass Heart and stuff. It annoys me because it's the first time I've ever been like, I've said that I didn't think a song should have been on their previous album, but it's actually growing on me, and I can't remember the fucking name of the song because I'm old, but it's like the 10th song on the album. It's actually growing on me, and I actually really like it now. So, but I think this is the weakest single they've ever released.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say it because I just cannot get into this song. So, but that is my opinion.
Thing with me is I also agree with what you said, that it shouldn't be a single. I think it'd work better in an album. But surprisingly, I'm actually quite into it already from my first listen. I think it is very light for what we're into, but I think the way that they've done it really works. And so I'm actually like really into it because like the vocal style that's used, all the like drumming and stuff that's used, it all matches perfectly. So again, I don't think it should be a single, but if this was in an album, this could be one of my favorite songs in it because I think I just think it's really good.
I think that's fair, yeah.
So I'm indifferent. So I agree with you, Sean, in some aspects, but in others I don't, and it's mainly because if I put my own perspective on things, I certainly don't think that this is a strong song for them, right? But if they're changing their demographic and opening themselves up for a wider audience, I think that this would be good as a single if you were trying to attract people outside of the more heavier realms of music. Do you know what I mean? It's like if this was a different band that had a different lineage or whatever and wanted to promote themselves, I think that this would be good as a fairly light touch poppy tune that would be on the radio that would get people's attention.
Yeah.
But because I'm so used to what they've done before, and they've always played on the fine line of heavy and light, I don't think that it's strong enough for what I'm used to them doing.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Even the creativity in the song, I honestly think the song's a little bland. And again, I'm not trying to just continuously shit on Caskets. We're mates of them. They know we love them. We've loved everything they've done. You know, they've given us pre-releases. You know, we go to all their gigs. We go to gigs up and down the fucking country for them, whether they're the main act or not. We went to the first fucking gig with Envisions. Like, we've been there from the start. And I just, you know, we did it with Envisions as well when we didn't particularly like DVPE or Dope, but we were all too old to fucking know what it was, including Leon. But we really did not like portions of that song. We were quite critical on that. So I think it's just good that for once Caskets have given us something to talk about. Because usually it's just like a dick sucking fest.
Well.
Yeah,
we've all got different opinions on it as well.
We always say the same thing.
Yeah,
I think it's because we know ultimately what they're capable of.
Yeah.
And it's that this is definitely a creative choice that they're taking. for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Now, the cynic in me thinks, well, you know, creative choice is allowed, but I'd like you to stay, or not stay, but I'd like you to get more technical and do a bit more stuff so I can enjoy the experience a little bit more. But I think that they know what they're fucking doing. And I think that the creative decision to do this is possibly to, I guess, magnify or amplify more listeners.
Yeah.
Without necessarily breaking the mold too much so that they detract away from the other fans, if that makes sense.
It still sounds like Caskets.
Yeah, exactly.
But
they've not changed themselves.
No.
But they've made it a little bit more accessible.
Yeah, it feels like a gateway song.
Yeah,
and not in a bad way. I'm not trying to like discredit anything they do, because honestly, we've been the biggest, like, for everything they do, marketing, branding as well. They're so good, but it feels like a gateway song, and they've obviously done this on purpose to
I think that's the perfect analogy for it, or the perfect way. It's a gateway song. Yeah. If a new listener come across this, they're probably going to go, "Oh, that's interesting. It's really easy to listen to. Let's check out the back catalogue and then dive into the deeper stuff."
Yeah,
I don't think this is for the hardcore fans, although some of the hardcore fans we know would love it regardless. But the people like ourselves who've been here from day dot that have seen the journey and everything else, I don't necessarily think it's for us. I think it's for the new.
Yeah, I agree.
After the amount of time, I kept listening to it because I was desperate for me to love it. I was like, I will love this song. I don't care. And I was like, I can't. I actually, for once in my life, I can't force myself to love it. And it's a shame, but as you say,
you do make good points. I really like it. I wouldn't say I love it because you guys have made really good points. I think it isn't for like us, like the hardcore OG fans, but I think I do still really like it. I think just the way they've done it, it works.
If I'd never heard Caskets before and didn't know what their back catalogue was or their skill set, and I heard this, I wouldn't be put off from it. I'd like the song. It'd be a catchy song. Like I said, it's something that I'd probably sing along with in the car, listening to in the radio, and think, it's all right. They're not pop. They're not over the top poppy, but they're not. You know, it's a good song.
And that might be the intention.
Yeah, but I think that may well be the intention.
Yeah,
but I mean, when you compare it to some of their other singles that they've done in the past, it's like
even like I just want to go and listen to Guiding Light, obviously the last single.
Guiding Light's fucking phenomenal.
Just the intro like gets me every single time. Like still now, 3 months later, the fucking intro is stunning. But this just doesn't even have that. That's what I mean. I'm not trying to keep shitting on it, but I do want to be critical for once because we never are, and we literally just suck their dicks constantly. So,
but this is what I mean. That's what I said on the opening when we paused it the first time. I think this is just a groupie grab.
Yeah,
it's a groupie grab.
No, I get it. No, exactly. It's just trying to open themselves up to more fans, which you can't blame bands for, because at the end of the day, it's fucking hard enough as it is. When you're like, as we said, like with bands like Polaris and shit, like people think they're huge because they constantly tour over here. They all have full-time jobs. Yeah, they all go back to full-time jobs.
It's a hard road.
Like, Guiding Light, the intro. Well, I just listened to the intro, so I didn't fucking sit here for too long, but.
So if I saw myself alive,
like you feel something's coming. Something fucking big is coming. And then like there's some really good portions of it, but it's just that portion, the way they've done it with Matt, it feels like something big's coming. And with obviously this release by the sound, I'm just a bit like, I don't know. It's just lacking a bit of the epicness that I guess I'm used to from them, so maybe not a bad thing. Maybe, you got to change up the formula as well.
We've always said they set a bar for themselves very, very high.
Yeah.
But not only that, whilst we're not necessarily the most consistent critiques, we are very critical and we hold people to that bar. And if it deviates from it at any point, we're going to fucking say it.
Yeah. And when they started with their EP and signs and shit, their bar was already here, like off the fucking screen. So they fucked it themselves.
Yeah. Where did they go from here?
Yeah. They eventually had to do one that we weren't like as Leon says, like I you know, it's fair enough. He actually really enjoys it, so you know that's good, and that's not a problem because I say this is just my opinion. I don't hate the song. It's not like I'm like, oh my god, this is awful. It's just cannot get into it, and I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
So as you say,
That's why there's three of us, man. Because we have an eclectic range of taste between us, and we all have different opinions, right?
But
So
still another good one. Not great. Still good. I really can't go for it. It makes me sad. This is just me. As I say, this is my opinion because I know loads of people love it, so it's fine. Yeah. Even the missus said she likes it, and obviously she's more into like pop and pop rock. Realistically, that's where her kind of shit is. And she didn't want to say to me in case I was going to be like, "What the fuck you on about?" Like that she thought it was a good song, but wasn't like the best or wasn't that great. And then when I said it, she was like, "Oh, okay, no, I actually didn't think it was amazing. I thought it was good." And she's someone who's into lighter music. She's not really a metalcore fan. She hates all my screamy shit. Like, so
yeah.
guess I'm bringing the Bluetooth speaker to the fucking major then, and we're banging out nothing but fucking metalcore whilst we're there.
Yeah. Oh, I need to go back to the song for them to play us out.
It's true. You know, like we were talking before we started this. We're talking about Sleep Token.
Mm-hmm.
Now, everybody in this fucking channel and anybody who watches this channel knows I bum Sleep Token.
Yeah, you are part of the cult.
I fucking love Sleep. Not quite the cult.
Not yet.
Quite the cult. I'll be sacrificing them, right? But their latest tune, no matter how much I bum them, because I'm a constructive criticism person, and despite all the bravado and everybody else bumming it, I ain't feeling it.
Yeah, the screams are poor.
And there's no disrespect to the band. You know, they're trying things, they're doing stuff different. You know, and there's no progression without you trying stuff. But at the same point, if I'm being wholly honest, I need to be true to my opinions and say what it is. And like you said, that's what you're doing with Caskets here. And I fundamentally, in my own personal state, agree with that. But then if I look from the outside in from a different type of fan, I can see why other people would like it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, we're very particular in the way that we like our music. Caskets have done nothing wrong ever until now, and even now I could probably say it's not even wrong.
No, because it's not bad. Yeah. It's not like this actually sounds horseshit or this is a terrible change and they've got
it sounds great.
Yeah,
it's brilliant. The production's good, the song's good, the fucking lyrics are great. Yeah. Everything is good about it. It's just not what I like.
Yeah, I'm more this than this. Like I'm building up for the big boom. It's just like just a bit boppy. So
yeah.
Play us out.
We love you, Caskets. We
do.
Yeah,
and we will see you. I'm actually not even in the country for their tour, so I'm in America again. So
oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm in America for the whole of their tour. So
it's a shame. I feel bad because Matt messaged me personally and asked me if I was coming, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to look at one of the dates, and then before I know it, he's fucking completely sold out.
We'll see him later in the year, won't we?
Yeah, we always see him.
We'll catch him
a couple of times a year at least, don't we?
Yeah.
So.
And they just announced Download, so that's cool.
Mm.
They're on they're on the Thursday. They have Alter Bridge, who we love.
Oh my god!
And the headliner for the Thursday is.
Are they on the same stage as Alter Bridge as well?
Yeah, I think because the Thursday's a smaller day. I don't think they have like loads of different stages and stuff. I could be wrong, and their headliner is Metallica, I think. So not a bad little stage. Oh, Five Finger Death Punch on that stage.
Whoa.
And some other bands. But already that's a fucking sick lineup. So
that's mad.
Yeah.
They're in the big leagues, man.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, they announced that today. So
yeah.
That gets a seal clap of approval.
Yeah, fucking well done. Yeah, that's gonna be wicked for them. Loving that. So yeah. Play us out.
Yep.
Everything down below, so go give them some love. Goodbye.